Salutations and welcome to Ross Range. Today's video, the final in the Marlin 81 project. So here we have the finished product. This is a Marlin Model 81. We didn't have any real background information, no history on this rifle. It was in really rough shape. It had been painted, and stock was pretty banged up and dull. We didn't know when it was made or what version of the Model 81. So a little internet research revealed that this is the Model 81 version DL. A couple of things about that. We know it used to have a peep sight on here. The DL's Deluxe. It came with a peep sight instead of just a leaf sight here. Also came with a sling mounts. We had to replace the sling mounts. Actually, the sling mount holes were filled in. Also, the trigger guard is plastic, which tells us that this was made probably in the 1950s. Before that, these rifles had a metal trigger guard, apparently. I'm not an expert on Marlin 81, but they were apparently made from about 1937 to 1965. The NFA, of course, was in 1968, so there's no serial numbers on here. Manufacturers weren't required to serialize their firearms before the NFA, so this one has no serial number. So we don't know exactly when it was made, but we believe it was 1950s. Came out really well. The bluing took pretty good. There are a few spots here that are a little spotty, just because it was painted and rusted, and apparently it had gotten rusted and somebody didn't really do a great job cleaning it off, but just painted this black paint on there, so we had to really do some work on it. So the bluing came out pretty good. The stock came out real nice. It wasn't dinged up too bad. It was just really neglected, dried, scuffed up, so we did a job on that. So here's the before and after. And here's some shooting video of it. Alright, so we're out here at the range today with the Marlin 81DL, and we got a target set up at 50 yards. We're going to zero this in at 50 yards so that you can actually hit something accurately. Well, I'd say that's zeroed. So in the end, nice little rifle. Pretty smooth bolt action. Trigger's a little heavy, but that's alright. It's a 22, you know. Not a bad rifle. Looks good now. Something you'd be happy to pass down to your children, grandchildren, family heirloom. I hope you enjoyed this video. I had a good time taking this thing apart and figuring out how it works and putting it back together, doing all the work on it. Enjoyable. So in the end, be safe out there. Get training. Training's the most important thing. Doesn't do any good to have a firearm sitting in your closet that you don't know how to shoot or that you're not proficient with. Get out and train with your firearm and be safe. Thanks. Subscribe, like, all that stuff, you know, whatever.